Hi, I'm Rachel and welcome to How to Connect with Goddess Bastet, also sometimes known as Bast. Bast is the nurturing, loving and gentle mother cat goddess of ancient Egypt. She was known as the mother of all cats, as the twin sister of Sekhmet, and is also sometimes referred to as the soul of Ra or the soul of Isis. She was one aspect of a holy and sacred trinity, herself along with Hathor and Sekhmet. And within this trinity, she represented the nurturing aspect of the sun, the way that it creates and brings forth growth and germination. She was honoured throughout Egypt in the homes and the temples and the palaces, both as statues but also as the living and breathing cat, which could be found in all of those places. In fact, she was so honoured that it was illegal to kill a cat. She could be put to death for doing so. She's a powerful ally for you now that comes forth to support you with connecting to your maiden aspect and honouring the maiden within that can access, celebrate and embody joy and pleasure and resourcing and discovering self in the way that you be and do in the world. She is also all about sacred pleasure, and she can help you to reclaim divine lust. The way that pleasure and turn on and the way that you are lit up is both a sacred and holy thing and a gift. And she will help you to incarnate and embody in your body to be fully present to all of this, to make your life both vibrant and fulfilled. So here are my top 3 tips for connecting to Goddess Bast. My first tip is to connect into some of her symbology, to bring that symbology into your ritual space, perhaps any ceremonies or meditations, but also all these things that I'm going to mention. You can dance with them, you can add them to your altar, like I said, a ritual, a ceremony, you can paint them, you can draw them, you can meditate on or with them. You could even have them as a sculpture, in your space. You could draw them and then put them on your altar. You could even crochet them or knit them if you wanted to. So when Bastet is represented, she's normally depicted by the ancient Egyptians as a black cat. You can also know that it's her because she's with her kittens. So she'll have kittens either in a basket or around her feet, and this is really representing her nurturing motherly side as the mother of those kittens. She's also depicted with a sistrum. So the sistrum is an instrument that you'll see that's in a shape of a cross, and then often the hoop at the top. And this was played in her sacred ceremony and rituals by ancient Egyptians, and the sound of the sistrum was really representing her purr. So it ward away evil, but also represented that sensual, that kind of pleasure purr, like you and your cat's really happy, that beautiful sound they make. You can also connect to her symbol of the moon. So she does represent the sun as well, but really in her gentle aspect, she is the sunlight that reflects off the moon. So it's a reflected sunlight that is more nurturing, connected with fertility and gentleness. So you may want to bring the moon into your ceremony or ritual, or the picture and depiction of the moon. And also you may see hers depicted with the moon. Her sacred colour is also green. So you may want to wear green or have green in your space, again, your altar, your ceremony, however you may want to bring that. And green really represents that growth, that germination and nature and nurturing. My second tip is to use some flower essences. Now, flower essences are something that I use in my practice with my one-to-one flower essence consultations and clients, but they're really appropriate for Bastet. She is really kind of honoured as the person that brought forth medical practices. She is the one that initiated and gave to humans kind of herbal remedies. So they're a great way of connecting into her. I'm going to suggest 2 for you, and 2 for a particular reason. So Bastet is really connected with the womb and the process of birth and that link between mother and child. She's a great ally for those that want to connect to the soul of the child, you know, it's in utero, it's in the womb, or if they want to call in a child as well and connect to the soul. She can be really helpful for the soul and mother relationship, to make sure that, you know, that combination comes together. That is a combination that will bring both the healing and the lessons of love, both mother and child. So I have 2 flower essences to recommend. So I'm going to read them out to you in their description for you. So the first is motherwort. So motherwort can help us to heal any disconnect or wounding around the mother, whether this be the mother within, the biological mother, mother as goddess, or even the ideas, the conditions, the limitations, the perspectives that you have on mother. And will help you to also create strong and healthy boundaries to give you space to honour your truth and your energy. The second essence I'd recommend for working with her is cattail. So cattail flower essence creates a bridge to yourself, to your child self, sorry. I can't read my own writing. And the self that was in the womb as well. So, you know, as far back as then. So even when you first incarnated as a soul, it takes you back to the very beginning of you and as you were then. It can support the healing and creates a feeling of safety. So if you've ever, you know, went through any trauma from the point in which your soul incarnated, so when you were in the womb and as a child, she can help replace that so that you feel safe. So she's bringing forth that great protection of the divine mother womb. And this essence also will remind you of the joy, purity and power of the womb and your maiden self. So source them, find them, or get in touch with me if you're interested about those flower essences. I can tell you more, and you can come for a consultation and it'll be fun. So my third tip is I actually have an activity for you. This is a self-care ritual and a self-love ritual that I invite you to do. So this is something that I do with my clients again, and I call it self-love mind mapping. So it's a way of really connecting in with your self-care rituals and aligning with those themes of Bastet about what you truly desire, you know, what turns you on. We think of being turned on as just the sexual thing, you know, getting ready for sex, but being turned on for life, you know, that feeling that you get lit up, that you feel, wow, you know, kind of maybe turn towards would be another way of saying it, towards something in particular. So what are your desires? What makes you feel good? What feels pleasurable to you? Bring all that, align with that, and bring it into your self-care and your self-rituals. So your self-care isn't just something that you just do because you feel you should, or that you're told what to do. You know, someone else says, you know, go for a 10-mile run. you know, does that really align with what you desire and what you want? So I have a little activity for you to do. So I want you to, when you do this, to start with really coming to a sacred space for you. Breathe, honor the space, be somewhere where you're comfy, take some deep breaths, close your eyes, maybe come into a full meditative space, and I have lots of meditations you can use for grounding beforehand. You may even want to light a candle. Get some paper. You want to have 4 sheets, but you can have more as well. And I want you to think of 4 self-care practices or rituals that you particularly like. So don't think of something that you think you should do, but be really honest, come into full integrity, and think of something that really turns you on, that, you know, that brings that thought of pleasure and joy when you think of it. And what you're going to do is you're going to mind map with these self-care rituals. Get into the why and the how and the motivating aspects of it that are going to make you want to do it, commit to it and stick to it in devotion to you. So I've got some examples here just to show you what I mean. So for example, if you were to choose a bath, okay, you want to put bath, it's going to be back to front, but you want to put bath here in the center. Okay, you probably can't see that because it is back to front. But you want to then mind map. So maybe put the feeling that you're after. So here, this is back to front, but it says relax. Okay, so what is it that you're aiming for? That's the feeling that you want to connect with, the feeling that you want, you know, from this activity. And then bath self-care kit. So you may want to have a few different types of baths. So put some ideas of different reasons, you know. So if you want a bath for certain situations, so chocolate, you know, and music, that might be really good for a self-pleasure session in the bath. You know, or if you want to say detox and cleansing, you might want to do a dry brush beforehand. You might want to have a hot bath and a cold bath. You know, if you want something very relaxing, you may want to be in the darkness and the candlelight and have lavender. So put a few ideas down so that you can go to whenever you need that. And then maybe put some different essential oils, you know, different ones for different purposes. So rosemary for your muscles, patchouli for that self-pleasure, rose, you know, for relaxation, heart connection. Another example I've got, you know, a walk. So the feeling that you want to connect to here, maybe spaciousness, freedom, what else have I put? Expansion, you know, on your why again, why do you want to go on a walk? Is it time in nature? Is it time to yourself? Do you want to connect to the trees? What's your big why that's going to motivate you to do it? Where, different ideas for different types of walks that you want to do, different intentions, might be a different location. And then, you know, who with? Friends, maybe for the time that you want to connect or share, or time alone, a walk alone that you want to meditate. So this mind mapping is about putting all the ideas down. And this is kind of a reference for you. I said it's getting into the why of you doing it. And it's also putting down all those ideas so you can go to it and think, oh, that'd be a great idea. You can just look at it, you know, anytime you're feeling like I want something for me, but you don't know what, it can bring some clarity. Look at it and go, oh yes, that feels good. I want to do that one. And really choosing this, going into it, you know, exploring it and just remembering cats, you know, and how good they are at self-care and self-love, you know. They really, you know, are very connected to their body. They will rest when they want to. They know what they need, you know, they will demand what they need, most definitely. When they want treats, and they will say it. So by writing this down, by choosing it, by putting love into action, you are kind of declaring your deservability of this and your value. And it's important to do that, you know, to take steps for yourself, to declare your love for self. And Bastet will support you with this. You know, this is really her realm here. She can be with you, and you may want to bring any of her symbology into any of those rituals as well. So I hope that this supports you and gives you some ideas and some inspiration for working with Bastet. You can always get in touch with me, comment below any questions. Also look at the links below. I share with you all about my books. I'm a best-selling author on goddess mythology, and you can find out about them down below. We also have a Facebook group where you can come and join our community and share more there, ask questions, and allow yourself to be seen, heard, and held. Sending you so much love and many, many blessings, many, many purrs and cat stretches to you. Lots of love. Mwah. I don't know if you can hear, but she's showing you how to relax, purring away. Be more cat.